Now, when you set up a new aquarium, it really is a lot more mucking around, and that's while the whole thing stabilizes. Now, once it stabilizes and you've got lots of good bacteria and you've figured out what plants are working in the tank, you'll find that the general amount of maintenance absolutely plummets. So you really need to hang in there sometimes, because this tank now has, I do very little whatsoever. But due to the mud substrate, at the start, I had to do lots of regular water changes, and it certainly was a process to stabilize the tank. Well, I never really did that much, but I certainly did a lot more than I do now. Now I do hardly anything, and the tank is absolutely flourishing. So really hang in there if you start out. And the other thing is that what's quite common is that people will start out with a new aquarium. They might sort of go a bit cheap on the filters and go a bit cheap on the food and just see how they go. But you really want to do the opposite. You really want very good quality food, and you want really good filters. It really gives you the best chance of success. And as the tank establishes and your fish stocks stabilize, your plants stabilize, your maintenance routine really kicks in, then that's when it really gets easy. But at the beginning, the other thing that you tend to do is just put way too many fish in. And while the tank is stabilizing, and while you're putting more fish in and you're increasing the bacterial load and your system is not stable, it definitely requires more maintenance. The maintenance absolutely reduces once the tank stabilizes. So therefore you've got good stable bacteria and you've got stable fish stocks. Increasing your fish stocks and not having stable bacteria is really the issue. And the other thing is that your maintenance becomes a thing. Like at the start, you might need to do a lot more maintenance, but then with time, whatever your maintenance program is whatever it is to hold the capacity that you've got. So more fish equals more maintenance. And then when you stop buying fish, that's when it really starts to get nice and stable. So if you're ever disheartened at the start, just hang in there. And the key is, if you're disheartened, don't just go replacing your fish straight away. If you lose fish, you want to give it a couple of weeks or even a couple of months before thinking about putting new fish in. And the key to doing that is you're letting your tank stabilize before replacing your fish.